Heart surgeons operate on OU President David Boren. The FBI investigates a high-profile state senator, and the president's energy policy creates climate concerns. This is OU Nightly. Of the University of Oklahoma is resting comfortably this afternoon after a long surgery.
OU President David Boren underwent successful heart bypass surgery Monday morning. The 75-year-old is expected to remain hospitalized for about a week. He will then recuperate at his home. Boren plans to continue his work at OU President from home before returning to his campus office in several days. He followed a similar schedule a few years ago during his back surgery. In a statement, Boren said his OU team will conduct routine business while he recuperates.
And the meteoric failure of Oklahoma City Senator Ralph Shorty continued unabated today. The Oklahoma City FBI says it is investigating the Republican state senator who faces felony child prostitution charges. A bureau spokeswoman confirmed that on Friday, federal agents searched Shorty's home, but there are no details on what they found. Shorty was booked at the Cleveland County Jail after his arrest last week at a Moore hotel, and officers say they found Shorty in that hotel room with a 17-year-old male.
And Senator Shorty is no stranger to folks familiar with Oklahoma politics. This year, he made headlines by introducing legislation to roll back criminal reforms overwhelmingly approved by voters. Over his career, he has introduced bills to limit or take away the rights of immigrants, and in 2012, he proposed a bill banning the use of human fetuses in food products.
Today officially marks the first day of spring. Unofficially, it could have been weeks ago. Oklahoma City had one of its warmest winters on record. In southwest Oklahoma, temperatures reached 99 degrees in February, the highest since 1918. Researchers say the warm weather could be tied to a much bigger weather issue going on in North America called La Nina, which kept the jet stream further north, causing a mild winter and lots of drought in Oklahoma.
As long as the La Nina continues, it will affect other seasons, but from what I've seen, there's not a real strong signal as to whether or not that will continue into the spring and summer.
Now, there is no correlation from one season to the next, but researchers say it looks like this spring, Oklahoma will continue to be warm.
And it feels like winter just completely missed us. Is that the case? And is clear skies ahead, Grant?
Yeah, it sure does feel like winter skipped us, and now we're in spring. In fact, like you said, today being the first day of spring, technically the vernal equinox, and that's when the sun is positioned directly on the equator across Earth, so it's both equal day and night today. Now, like you were saying, a warm day today. 90 degrees is what we're at here in Norman. A little bit further out west, 91 in Lawton, 95 out in Elk City. We'll see this warm weather stick with us tomorrow, but then a chance for rain enters the forecast on Wednesday. I'll have more on that later. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Grant.
And Nightly's Abby Green joins us now in the News Center with the director of the FBI and the head of the National Security Administration as they face tough questions on Capitol Hill today. Abby.
Staring down the House Intelligence Committee, James Comey completely refuted Trump's tweets about Obama wiretapping Trump Tower. CNN's Kristen Holmes has the latest from the U.S. Capitol.
I have no information that supports those tweets.
With just 8 words, FBI Director James Comey delivering a major blow to President Trump, debunking the president's claim that Trump Tower was wiretapped by then-President Obama during the 2016 campaign. The White House avoiding a direct response this afternoon.
There's a lot of information that still needs to be discussed.
Comey's testimony to the House Intelligence Committee delivering more bad news to the administration, confirming for the first time the FBI is investigating Russia's meddling in the U.S. election and collusion.
That includes investigating the nature of any links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government.
The White House continuing to deny these accusations.
Senior Obama intelligence officials have gone on record to confirm that there is no evidence of a Trump-Russia collusion.
The House hearing overshadowing what should have been a major moment for the Trump administration, the Senate confirmation hearing for Supreme Court pick Neil Gorsuch. Some Democrats opening by venting their anger over Republicans blocking of former President Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland, last year.
Unfortunately, due to unprecedented treatment, Judge Garland was denied a hearing.
Gorsuch will most likely face multiple days of intense questioning before the Senate Judiciary Committee. The Colorado appellate judge was tapped by the president to fill the vacancy left by the death of Antonin Scalia. Former President Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland, was not granted a hearing, causing a stir amongst Democrats. If Gorsuch is confirmed, he could become the first former Supreme Court clerk since Justice Anthony Kennedy to join the High Court. And to celebrate rock legend Chuck Berry's life, the Berry family is releasing his new album, Chuck, which will be his first album in 38 years. The Berry family expressed that the plans had been in place for months and would pay tribute to him and his fans around the world. Berry, who died yesterday, recorded the album with his longtime backing band, which included his children, Charles and Ingrid Berry. And Joseph and Anna billionaire philanthropist David Rockefeller died today at the age of 101.
Great, thank you, Abby.
And President Trump's energy plan focuses on building up the American economy by promoting fossil fuel production. Ashley Pratt tells us how Trump's plan could impact climate scientists and Oklahomans.
Scott Pruitt, the new EPA administrator, has claimed that climate scientists don't agree on the cause of climate change. However, scientists do agree. The reason is human activities. Climate scientists across the U.S. are worried about what Trump's administration will mean for the future of climate jobs and research.
For federal scientists, it'll be a difficult time, but as a whole, I think there'll be continued progress from kind of these external sources, and I think you will see a number of people in federal positions who will leave for other opportunities as they are available.
However, in Oklahoma, it's not climate change that determines where our energy comes from. It's the best business case.
We happen to have a little bit of gas and a little bit of wind in this state. And so it's really how do we take advantage of the natural resources that our state has and make that the best economic benefit across the entire state.
And the evidence continues to mount. Two separate reports released today reach the same conclusion. The world needs to quickly shift away from fossil fuels-based energy. The International Energy Agency and the International Renewable Energy Agency report that early action is critical. The longer the world continues on its current path, the more costly it will be to correct the problems down the line.
Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, a new phone scam is out, and we'll show you how to stay safe.
Plus, new software could stop earthquakes created by man.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety wants you to know about a new phone scam targeting Oklahomans. The DPS said to be on the lookout for calls from someone claiming to represent the DMV. In one example, a resident reported a call from a man who threatened to suspend a driver's license unless he was paid $200. The DPS urges a legitimate DPS official would never make such requests. Anyone who receives this type of call is advised to hang up immediately.
And a new software could potentially stop the rumblings in Earthquake Alley. One Stanford professor and student duo have created what they are calling the Fault Slip Potential Program. The software is designed to help companies determine the best location for saltwater disposal wells, which was a leading cause for the recent outbursts of earthquakes in the Great Plains. Still ahead on OU Nightly, OU women's basketball starts its tournament run.
And the only thing hotter than Grant's hair is the weather. Grant, what do you got?
That's right. Another hot day for tomorrow, then cooler weather and storm chances later in the week. I'll show you what the rest of the week will be like coming up next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Well, this is satellite imagery here of the snowstorm that affected parts of New England and up the northeast coast here last week, where some areas saw as much as over 4 inches of snow in northern Vermont. New York City seeing over half an inch. Some places seeing snow as far south as Columbia, South Carolina, in the central part of the state down there. Even causing to some train cancellations, flight cancellations, and even some deaths. Here, though, a completely different story. Looking out on the OU campus right now, there's some tulips blooming, and tulips are a sign of spring weather, but it sure doesn't look and feel like spring out there. 90 degrees is what we're sitting at right now. Southwesterly winds at 22, gusting to nearly 30, so hot and windy out there right now. Current temperatures 90 degrees is what we made it to here in Norman, 89 up in Oklahoma City, 91 in Lawton right now, 92 down in Ardmore, so a hot day across the state. Now, these are not temperatures that we made it to today, but these are record temperatures. Many of them coming close to nearly breaking them. 93 was the record here in Norman, didn't quite make that, but 92 in Oklahoma City, 91 down in Lawton too. Tulsa far from theirs. And this is all caused by this area of high pressure aloft, this ridge sitting over the southern United States. There's a jet stream going north over us, and that's helping to keep temperatures warm across most of the southern United States. Temperatures 90 here in Norman, 90s out in Texas, 91 out in Amarillo. 80s into Kansas, even 70s and 80s into southern Nebraska and southern Iowa even. So this warmth isn't just here, it extends all the way up into the central and northern plains as well. Tonight though, also going to remain very mild for this time of year, as much as 20 degrees above average, 61 here in Norman tonight, 54 out in Elk City. As you head out the door, low 60s, already up to 76 by noon. And then as the time you head home at 5 p.m., 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Now, elsewhere across the state, 83 in Oklahoma City, 80s across most of the state, warmer down south. Now, Tuesday, another warm day than Wednesday. Temperatures cool down as the cold front brings with it a chance for some spotty thunderstorms, a slight chance for rain on Wednesday or Thursday too, rather. Then temperatures slowly begin to warm up again, or cool down for Friday. Best chance for thunderstorms on Friday, mainly to the east and southeast. A few of those could be severe. Then clouds clear for Saturday, a little bit cooler and gradually warming up through the weekend once again.
Wow, I'm going to tell you guys, the pool at my apartment complex doesn't open until mid-April, but I want it today.
It's days
just
like
petition for it. I mean,
yeah.
What do they say? It's too cold outside? This is ridiculous.
Thank you, Grant.
And Collin Kennedy is standing by with more on OU women's gymnastics big weekend. Collin?
That's right, guys. Women's gym took home another Big 12 title, plus OU baseball continued their winning ways in Georgia. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome back. Women's basketball will be making its 20th NCAA tournament appearance tonight. They take on the 3-seed Washington Huskies, who are fresh off a 91-63 win over Montana State. The game will be played in Seattle at Alaska Airlines Arena, and the Sooners are preparing not only for the talented Huskies, but their energetic crowd.
You have 2 games in this gym under your belt now, so there's a little bit of comfort zone going into it. And seeing the fans, we stayed for half of their game, so seeing the fans and how packed it was for their game, I think that's going to be a benefit for us too.
Love the crowd that Washington had, even though I know, there'll be 10,000 people here and 52 of them will be for Oklahoma. It's all right. The atmosphere was just terrific last night. So great to see a gym completely stuffed full of people for a women's basketball game. It was awesome.
One person sure to be in the crowd tonight is the father of OU point guard Gabby Ortiz. In this Sooner Sports Pad replay, Stephen Mudd gives us an in-depth look into the special bond between father and daughter.
A journey unlike any other. From Wisconsin to Oklahoma, a tragedy that brought a father and daughter to be best friends.
Well, we are so close. A lot of people know our backstory. Lost her mom when she was 7 months old, so we are extremely close.
Single fathers generally have the reputation of abandoning and becoming distant with their child. But a teammate tells us why that didn't happen.
It's indescribable. She, obviously, her mom passed away when she was a baby, so she grew up without a mom. And I think her dad just embraced that. He took on the role of being her mom and her dad.
The relationship really got started when Sean started coaching Gabby at the age of 4, and it has grown through athletics.
A lot of it's been through sports, and it wasn't ever forced upon him. I just attached, I love sports. And so, whether it be basketball, soccer, baseball, he's coached me in every sport I've played.
It may have started with sports, but now it goes beyond athletics.
We are extremely close through athletics, but it's more than athletics. We could probably finish each other's sentences. I think the world of her. We bounce things off of each other. I would, truly call her my best friend.
A lot of parents are close or best friends with their child. But that's not the story here. The story is Sean's willingness to be there for his daughter, no matter the place.
I have never missed a sporting event since she's been a toddler.
No, you aren't hearing things. Yes, he said he has never missed a sporting event since she was a toddler.
I wouldn't have it any other way. There's not even a moment that I think that I'm not going to go to the game. When she went to Russia for USA basketball, when she went to Spain, I don't even know if Gabrielle wants me there, but I just like to be there to support her.
Sean can rest assured that Gabby wants him there in the stands.
The fact that I can say that he's been to every single game is something I don't think other person can say, and that's pretty amazing. You know, I respect how much he loves me and how much he loves the game of basketball.
Sean hasn't missed a game yet and plans to never miss one, but he says he can't take all the credit for this incredible streak.
And I pray, I have my rituals praying, and I'm so thankful to the good Lord for letting me do this. And if God willing, if I'm able to keep the streak till the whole 4 years, that's my goal. So I will never miss one unless it's something out of my control.
Someone once said, distance means so little when someone means so much. That couldn't be more true for Gabby and her father. And as long as Gabby is a Sooner, Sean will always have a parking spot at the LNC. Stephen Mudd, Sooner Sports Pad.
Truly a heartwarming story. Women's gym, however, took home their 6th consecutive Big 12 title over the weekend. The top-ranked Sooners posted a 197.850, giving them their 10th title in program history. But what's really impressive is the Sooners are now the only team to win 3 consecutive Big 12 titles. Regional competition is set to begin Saturday, April 1st. Oklahoma will receive its regional assignment on Monday. OU baseball completed a series sweep of Kennesaw State over the weekend. Dominic DiRenzo hit his first homer of the season to score the first runs of a 14-4 win in the series finale. The Sooner bats were hot, especially in the 9th, when the Sooners sent 11 men to the plate and scored 7 runs. The Sooners ended up with a 4-1 record on their road trip through Georgia, but they won't be able to rest for long. They travel to Stillwater to take on Oklahoma State in an early season Bedlam game. The Thunder and the Warriors continue their rivalry tonight at the Peak. In their previous matchup, Kevin Durant returned to OKC for the first time since he left for the Bay Area, and needless to say, he did not receive a warm welcome, as you can tell there. Tensions were high all game long. Russell Westbrook and KD even had a little exchange at half court, and things probably won't be much different tonight. The Warriors have been voicing their disapproval of how KD's return was handled all week long. This should bring more drama to the court, even though Kevin Durant will be out of the game. Well, it's always upsetting when your team season comes to an end, but this kid was heartbroken to say the least. As Northwestern's season slowly slipped away, John Phillips, the son of Northwestern Athletic Director Jim Phillips, was caught on camera throwing a tantrum. As he cried, he quickly went viral as the hashtag Northwestern Kid quickly made its way around social media. Poor guy, he's all over social media. His team took the L. I hope his parents bought him an ice cream cone or something. He needs some cheering up.
He just wanted to mourn in peace. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough, but at least your father's the athletic director and you get to watch all those sports up close.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Thank you, Collin. Well, still to come on OU Nightly, how happy is the United States?
I'm Olivia Whitehead at the Update Desk. Administrators of rural hospitals need help keeping their doors open. 9 smaller hospitals shut down after Oklahoma decided not to expand Medicaid as part of the Affordable Care Act. Help could be on the way. The governor has asked for 11.2% increase for hospitals in the state's 2018 budget. And repeating today's top story, President David Boren underwent successful bypass surgery this morning. He's expected to remain hospitalized at home for about a week before returning to his campus office. Boren stated his OU team will conduct routine business while he recuperates. That's it at the Update Desk. Back to you in the studio.
And we talked about it earlier, blooming flowers, birds singing, and not a single cloud in the sky. Spring is upon us, but this nice, happy weather isn't masking an otherwise unhappy country. The United Nations releases an annual World Happiness Leaderboard by ranking countries based on factors like GDP, life expectancy, and freedom. And this year, the United States dropped a spot to 14th on the list. Switzerland, Iceland, and Denmark all finished ahead, with Norway topping the list.
I don't know about that list, but this weather sure makes me very happy. Grant, can we take one last look at it, please?
Sure, yeah, it's definitely hot out there tonight. Gonna stay very mild and warm indeed. Still 80 degrees by 8 p.m., clear skies all night long. Only getting down to 71 degrees by midnight tonight. Tomorrow, guys, is gonna be another hot day.
Wow. Get outside, go smell the tulips.
That's fine
Have
with
a good
me.
evening.
I'm looking
Be
forward
happy.
to it. I love being outside.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grant. Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.